feel most of the blocks seem to be on the left side, in the stomach area, and very much around the ankles. So what we're going to do is just, as usual, concentrate on energy flowing.
This is the place to be. And the people here are just so fantastic. They're so caring. They listen. You know, they're here for me.
Yeah, my feet and my hands were shaking so bad they thought I had Parkinson's disease.
And the therapeutic touch helped that.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
If you experience a broken bone, you may go to the physician to have him set that bone, to approximate the two edges, to get it together. But then I would recommend therapeutic touch to facilitate your own healing abilities so those two bone ends will knit together. You heal yourself.
It's called therapeutic touch, an ancient art of healing by laying on of the hands, which was part of the nursing profession during biblical days. Therapeutic touch is being taught today to nurses at Duville College, who perform the holistic healing treatment at their nursing center in the Concerned Ecumenical Ministries Complex on Lafayette Avenue on Buffalo's west side. Dr. Paul Hagman, a nurse scientist, is an associate professor of nursing at Duville and is both a practitioner and teacher of therapeutic touch.
Well, actually, it's based upon contemporary field physics, which says basically that we are an energy field. And this is what Dr. Martha Rogers says in her Science of Unitary Man, that man, human beings, are four-dimensional energy fields, that we go beyond our skins. So all that therapeutic touch does is direct energy between two human beings to facilitate the normal flow, a revitalized flow of energy in a person who's experiencing blockages. You can enter into the body just by coming that close to it. You can begin to feel the energy. You can begin to exchange energy with one human being to another.
Deborah Cohen, a nurse clinician, has had more than 20 years' experience in healing and is trained in a number of alternative holistic practices. She teaches and administers therapeutic touch treatment.
And what we're looking for are areas of disturbance such as heat or prickles. And you'll spend a few moments assessing the field.
It is now a requirement for all students who rotate through the nursing center to learn how to do therapeutic touch or to experience therapeutic touch. Literally tens of thousands of nurses throughout the world and in New York City and in New York State have been taught therapeutic touch over, I would say, the last 30 years.
And the next part, after the assessment of where you feel the disturbances in the field, is to unruffle. And the unruffling is a smoothing motion of the field. You can really feel it as you push it down. And this will get the energy flowing so that hopefully the chaotic areas that we assess, that Florence and I assess together, will be able to be smoothed out and unruffled.
How do you find the problem? What do you feel?
Quite often I won't even ask the person, what is your medical problem? It's of no concern to me. That's the concern of your physician. But what I do is, upon assessing the field, I'll say, you have an overabundance and accumulation of energy or a blockage here on your right side. That may cause symptoms down in your big toe. It may cause a headache. I don't know. But all I know is that when I remove that blockage, the whole person feels better. They're in harmony.
Florence, did you feel anything while I was doing that?
Yeah, my knee.
Your knee? Mm-hmm. And is there any other place that you felt anything?
How about my ankle on that same foot?
Yeah, I did too. I did too. What I felt was a lot of energy up around your head, and in the lower back I felt some coolness. I don't think maybe it's flowing as well down in this area as it could, and definitely your hands and the ankles.
Any resistance from any of the students for any special reason?
Well, it's always amazing to see. Sometimes the students will perceive what, unless they have the true understanding of the scientific nature of the treatment, they oftentimes will perceive it initially as sort of witchcraft or voodooism, or even some of them have objected to it on religious basis. However, what's amazing is when they begin to experience and see the results of the use of therapeutic touch, it's amazing to see how their whole opinion changes, and they become very strong advocates of the use of this healing modality.
Make sure it goes all the way through you, It's not blocked up anywhere. Flows out your fingertips and out the bottom of your feet.
Now, does this alternative health treatment conflict with modern medicine in any way?
It actually complements modern medicine, but you have to understand there's the difference in purposes between medicine and that of nursing. The purpose of medicine, I really believe, is to cure disease, and the purpose of nursing is to facilitate healing. And actually, it isn't the nurse who heals anybody. It's to facilitate the person's abilities and their own recuperative forces to heal themselves.
What is the history of your ailment that you had had?
For 12 years now, I've had a problem. It's called trigeminal neuralgia, where excruciating pain in the face. It's like a Charlie horse, if you can imagine one of your worst Charlie horses, in the entire face where the muscles bunch up. The eye falls, the mouth pulls over. I've had this for 12 years. I've had 2 surgeries to attempt to correct it. And what they found, it comes from the brainstem. The nerves that come off the brainstem are laying on one another rather than having space between them. And it's this pressure that causes this problem. So what was done both times is surgical sponge were placed between those cranial nerves to eliminate the pressure. But unfortunately, it hasn't worked. I feel so relaxed now. As we talked before, you could see it in my face, how it itself has changed. You can see the relaxation in the face. The white light imagery that was taught to me here, I use at home also when I feel a lot of stress, a lot of tension, so it does help.
And you can imagine, if you want to, beautiful white light coming in the top of your head and spreading all the way through you, healing, energizing, nurturing, and nourishing.
The ability to do therapeutic touch is an innate human potential. Everybody's capable of learning this procedure.
How can an interested party learn this technique?
Deborah Cohen, who's the nurse clinician at the D'Youville College Nursing Center, does provide classes to individuals who are interested in learning therapeutic touch. You can call the nursing center, and Deborah will set up a group meeting with you and will come in and teach you how to do the procedure. You can learn it in about 2 days. However, in order to become proficient at it, it requires a tremendous amount of practice. Because the nursing center is federally funded, all of the therapeutic touch treatments are provided free of charge to particularly the senior citizens of the west side of Buffalo and marginalized group, that is the poor and those who cannot or are falling through the cracks of the healthcare system. Anybody who is ill, anybody who is in need of a treatment can call the nursing center and schedule an appointment to come in and receive a treatment. Understand that we have a responsibility to a particular population first.
Is the public ready for an alternative health treatment?
The public is questing after it. People today are really searching for interpersonal relationships, and they want that compassionate touch and that interaction between human being and human being.
When I came here, I thought, this is a little nuts, but I'll keep my mind open to this one. And I was shocked at my first treatment, shocked that I was feeling the sensations I was feeling and the sensation when I left here. If it's just to teach you how to relax or just to experience what relaxation is like, this is the place to be. And the people here are just so fantastic. They're so caring. They listen. You know, they're here for me.
Thank you.
Here we go.
That's all right. You're doing fine. Thank you very much, Marcia. I'm sure other people will get your message. It's good to see you.
Thank you.
It's a technique whose time has come from 5,000 years to today, and it's something that we should use in order to demonstrate human compassion and concern for one another and to facilitate healing.
You're going to be helping a lot of people.
I hope so. I hope they take this seriously. You know,
They will.
because it is so different from our modern medicine and the shots in the hospitals and the surgeries. So.
It goes back 5,000 years.
I know.
Must be something.
Must be something to it, right? Yeah.
Thank you, Marcia.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.